Hello and a warm welcome. My name is English Guy Alex and I'm here today to talk to you about my experiences of learning to drive in the UK. So I started learning to drive at the age of 17. I did have 5 tests, so this will just be a little bit of a learning curve for you guys that haven't actually had a test yet and what to expect from the learning driver experience in the UK. If you guys have failed multiple tests at this stage, don't worry, you will pass eventually. I think everyone does. You just got to persevere with it and keep spending all that cash on those lessons. So let's get straight into it. The first test I did do, I was actually 18. I took about 7 months or 8 months to work up the courage to say to my driving instructor, look, I'm ready now. It was the day after my last A-level exam, so I was a little bit rattled up.
Fuck me, it's Shaun of the Dead!
You look dreadful, mate. I'm really tired.
Why do you think I'm drinking these energy drinks? They perk me up.
You washed?
You can't revise in the shower, Jay. The books get wet.
He took me around the sunny town of Kettering. I don't know if you know that one. It's in Northamptonshire, so now you know where I live. You can come stalk me if you want. As you can tell, I'm a very attractive individual. I'm 20 years old. I sound about 12. I also look about 12 as well. So, you know, any ladies, hit me up in them YouTube DMs. I don't even know if you can DM on YouTube anymore. This is how out of touch I am with modern society. So, getting back into it, he took me around this roundabout. It was a traffic light system roundabout. I stopped at the red light, as you would do, and it went green. I was sort of in a painstaking daydream, like sort of panic-stricken a little bit. And he was like, mate, I think you've got to go. And I was like, yeah, I think you're right, to be honest. So we drove a little bit more once I'd realised that I was in a green light. He took me outside this pub and pulled up. I think it's called the Warren. I don't know, I'm not really hard enough to go in there, so I can't really recall what it's called and what it looks like on the inside. And he was like, so Alex, what are you doing tomorrow then? Have you got any plans? I was like, I think I'll have another driving lesson, to be honest. So that was a little bit funny, you know. So you got to have a little bit of humour when you're failing at life. So after that one, obviously I failed it. I had a second test, and it was alright. It wasn't one of my best ones because I've had so many. I can sort of rank them a little bit. I mean, overall, I could have scraped a pass, I guess, but I did fail. I mean, I think I did make a few mistakes. I was very nervous again. I turned around a corner once and I actually tapped my horn by accident, scaring some elderly people that were walking down the street. Later on that test, I came off the slip road. I was doing about 40 miles an hour, and she said, look, you were going too slow on that slip road, so I'm going to fail you because of that reason. At the time, I was like, this is bullshit. I think they have a quota about how many people they should pass and fail. But realistically, I don't think I would have been safe on the roads, so it's probably a good thing, really. The next test, I had the same invigilator as I had last time, the first one even. And he's a nice guy, to be fair. I accidentally pulled out on a learner driver. It's not the best thing to do. I mean, if you are that learner driver, I think you were female, you had blonde hair. I hope you did pass eventually. I do apologise wholeheartedly for that. Didn't really mean to do that. Again, it was one of those where I'd given up halfway through after I'd done that. So I just did a turn in the road, and he sort of stopped when I went to do it to let cars pass. I literally, once I'd given up, I just didn't give a toss, and that's a bad experience as well. Like, even if you've you failed, just try and do your best still, because you never know. I mean, I'm not going to say they're going to pass you if you start being an amazing driver, but if you're paying a lot of money to do that test anyway, so you might as well enjoy it. Well, relax a little bit and use it as another lesson. So after that one, I actually met one of the most horrific people I've ever met. I'd say she was elderly. She's probably about mid-40s. She had grey hair, short hair, very tall, quite a scary primary school teacher sort of woman. And it was raining outside. I was nervous again. I did struggle with my nerves on these tests, by the way. And I did about 60 miles an hour down a country road, and I was going everywhere. I was sort of proper ragging the engine. I shouldn't have done it. I was very nervous. And then we went around this little town called Burton Latimer. It's a 30 zone mainly through that town. I did about 34 once because I was nervous. I was like, I don't really give a toss anymore. And she was like, this is a 30 zone. I was like, yeah, I know. And I slowed down a little bit. She took me back to the test centre, and she did a bit of a snaky move, actually. She got my driving instructor to sit in the car with me. And she said, were you trying to kill me? And I was like, well, no, I do apologise. I was very nervous. It's not like I intended to kill you. So yeah, she's a horrible person. I do apologise if you get an invigilator like that. Mainly, they're all right people. I guess she was like having a bad day or something. Anyway, the test after that I was supposed to have was sort of March 2018, and it was very snowy here in England, so that one got cancelled, which is good. So I had a day off, sat and watched Friends all day or something like that. And then I had my final test in June 2018, and I passed that one alright. I gave him a very good drive because I've learned from my previous mistakes of not giving up or anything, and I was very cautious. He could have failed me actually. An ambulance came off a slip road and I was going around the roundabout, and I sort of just slammed my brakes on a little bit to let him go. And he said, look, next time you've got to make sure that it's safe to brake or just carry on going, because they've got to abide by the rules of the law as well, even if they have got flashing lights. But he said, look, you gave me a good drive, I'm going to pass you on that one. So that's the end of that story. I hope it helps anyone that is looking to learn to drive. And look, if you have had multiple tests, you will get there eventually. I got there eventually. And yeah, be safe everyone. So if you'd like to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'm going to try and upload weekly. I do work full time. It's a very stressful job. Boo-hoo me, I know. But yeah, if you'd like to do that, I'll upload regularly, and I'll put some gameplay and footage in there while I'm a low subscribed channel at the moment. Okay, have a good day. Goodbye.